Hey guys, it's Chris with the Crafty Carver here, hoping that you carve out some time today, even if it's just a few minutes like I'm doing here, to do the things that you love. So I have some beautiful purple copy paper that my hubby got for me that I'm super excited to play with today, along with a new stencil that I'm going to be offering in my eBay shop to make these gorgeous clouds. And if you stick with me to the end of the video, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my new Christmas digitals that are going to be loaded in my coffee shop very, very soon. So if you want to see how we get these beautiful abstract looking cloud images, then I want you to stick with me and I'll show you how to do it. So you can use any kind of paper that you have and any colors that you want to work with. But today I'm going to be working with this purple copy paper. So I have plenty of that. And of course, my stencil that's numbered ST5218. Like I said, that will be linked below in my eBay store. And then you're going to need some water and an old cloth. And then I'm using these three inks today. I have Distress ink in Dusty Concord, Distressed Oxide in Dusty Concord, and then Villainous Potion Distress Oxide. And then I have this ink blending brush here that I use when I use my stencils. I have my heat gun. And I think that is everything. So I'm going to show you how to use the stencil in the traditional way to just get some pretty dark clouds. So let's start with the Distress Oxide and the Villainous Potion. And I just saturate my brush and then I start on the plastic part of the stencil here. And then I just run my brush in a circular motion over the stencil, being sure to hold it down to my paper very tightly. And then if I need more ink, I just go back over where I started. Now, if I want to see what it looks like without moving the stencil, I keep holding it with this hand and then I lift it gently with the other hand. And look at that beautiful stenciled image. Doesn't it look great? All right, so I'm going to load my brush some more and I'm going to get this little moon over here, kind of dark, and this cluster of clouds. So I've got those pretty dark, the way that I like them. I think they match pretty well. I've gotten all the spaces that I want to get. Okay, so if you just want clean, lovely looking clouds, and I don't know if you can see it, but I got this little tiny star and it is so faint and so cute. Do you see that right there by the moon? I love it. Okay. So if you want clean looking clouds through your stencil, this is what you would get. And you would, add this to your journal as a lovely page or, whatever you'd like to do with it. But if you want to get this distressed look and this crunchy sound to your paper, then you just very quickly lightly spray it with water wherever you'd like, and then you take your towel and you put that over the top and you lift that water off, and any place where you've lifted the water you're going to get that distressed look. Okay, now I could dry this with my heat gun and get this result, but I'm gonna spare you for that because that takes a long time somewhat in the video, and I want to get on to the next part. So I'll just let this air dry. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my page over, and you can see where those clouds are wet, and I'm gonna show you how to use the stencil as a mask, because you have all this beautiful ink on your stencil and we don't want to waste that. So what I do is I lay my cloth down here on my table and I lay the mask down or the stencil down, and then I spray the backside and I saturate it pretty good everywhere there's ink with that water. And then I take my page and I flip it over and I rub it like this, right? And then you can kind of take the sandwich and flip it over like a grilled cheese. And this will remove any of the water that's come inside there. But wait until I lift this, you guys. Are you ready? Look at that. You get a reverse image of everything that you just stenciled. So don't, and then you have a clean stencil. I mean, amazing. I have a little bit of ink up here, which is no big deal. You just wipe that off. But then you have a clean stencil. You can store it away, and you've got two beautiful prints that you can use, right? Again, so this stencil is going to be listed in my eBay shop very, very soon, and I'll have that linked below, so you can check that out, and then you too can create these sorts of things. Now, one other thing that I wanted to show you is how to create like an ombre effect. So I'm going to use both the Distress Oxide in the Dusty Concord, in the Villainous Potion. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my brush here a little on my cloth. And then I want the bottoms of the clouds to be darker and the tips of the clouds to be lighter. So I'm going to load that brush with the Villainous Potion. Line up my page here, and I'm going to start at the bottom of the cloud bank over here. Remember, starting off your stencil, right? And I'm going to do the bottoms of these very, very, very dark, and then I'm lightly going to go up here, okay? Load some more ink, and I'm going to do the same thing on this cloud bank. Very, very dark down the bottom. All right, so now I'm gently going to lift this off, and I'm going to clean that Villainous Potion off of my brush. And then I'm going to go in with the Dusty Concord, which is a much lighter color. And I'm going to start over here from the top and work my way down into that to blend the two. Okay? And I want to get my little moon and my star. And then I'm going to load some more color, and I'm going to go off the page, right? And I'm going to start here and work my way up. And this time I'm going to get this star over here too. Okay? And then you can see that you get a beautiful ombre effect. Now, do you see how I got a little bit here that I didn't want? For me, that doesn't bother me because I could cut these out and use them as fussy cut pieces. I don't really care about that. But if you're wanting to avoid that when you're stenciling, a good way to do it is to just take your cloth, maybe, if I can do it without moving my stencil everywhere, take your cloth and cover up what you don't want to stencil on, and that will keep you from running your brush in that area. Or you can get, I think it's from Simon Says Stamp, you can get some minty tape, or you can just use some washi tape over those areas, because that will pull right off of your paper without ripping it. And then you can washi tape off the areas that you don't want to get ink on. Like I said, I'm a grungy girly. I don't really care. So if you want to leave your ombre clean looking like this, then go right ahead and leave it alone. Or you can cover up your ink pad because you don't want to get water on that. Or if you're like me, grunge it up. And we'll pull that liquid off. And when it dries, you will have that ombre effect. And then, of course, I'm going to do like a mirroring effect. I'm going to go ahead and take my cloth again over here and lay my stencil on it and get some water on there. And I am going to pick up this print over here. Okay? Just like I showed you before. All right. And then look at that. How beautiful is that with a ton of ink? Oh my goodness. All these pretty colors. I think we're going to have to go ahead and dry this one real quick. Let me see if I can do this quickly and speed it up. Okay, guys, do you see that beautiful color? It's just so washed out and lovely. Okay, well, you've made it to the end of the video, so I am excited to use the techniques that I've been showing you here and give you a sneak peek at my Christmas December digitals. Look at these little Christmas fairies. Aren't they adorable? You know, my husband and my daughter have been looking a lot at the night sky lately because the aurora borealis has been visible, in our area. And so they've really been running outside and looking at pictures and of the aurora borealis that they took. And so I just included this big moon, and it just came out in like this grayish purple hue, which works so well with these little pastel fairies. And this is just such a unique look. But I wanted to add some of these little stenciled clouds up here. So at the bottom of the stencil, you have these little clouds here that I thought would be perfect for this. And look, it just spans the entire top of the page, which I think is great. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Dusty Concord because I think that matches the hue of the moon the best. And I'm just going to be doing clean stenciling here. I'm not going to be doing any water effect on this. Although, if you do print your digitals using an inkjet printer on matte presentation paper or matte photo paper, which is what I suggest for all of my digitals, you can put water on this and this image will not run. We may do another video about that later on, but for right now, let's just stencil on these little clouds and see how it looks. I'm kind of excited to try this. I haven't tried this yet. So I'm going to start over here off the page to get a little bit of that ink off, right? And then I am just going to stencil on very lightly these clouds. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so nervous because I don't know what this is going to look like. I hope it looks good. Okay, I think I have them all. Oh, I want to get this little star here in the bottom of this little cloud off the page. Okay, I think that's it. Are you ready? Here we go. Look at that. How fun is that? I love that. It just adds a little something to the background of that in the color of the same color as the moon. Oh, I love that so much. So I hope you guys will give this video a like if you liked this, and I hope that you'll check out my my coffee shop very soon, where I'll have the digitals listed for a donation. Again, always just a donation towards the ministry startup costs for Choose Fire Ministries. And then I will have that stencil loaded for sale in my eBay store, hopefully by the time this video goes up, so that you can go out and snag you this very fun and versatile stencil where you can make all of these beautiful prints and images. And again, try it on white paper, try it on purple paper, try it on anything you'd like, because it is so much fun. And any color that you would like. This would work great with like Uncharted Mariner would look amazing through this. I may even do some green clouds to mesh in with the background here with some iced spruce or something along those lines. So be sure to check all those things out, and thank you so much for supporting my channel and all of my ventures. I really appreciate it. Love you all. Carve out some time for the things that you enjoy. See you next time. Bye.